I'm not
I
ready.
just I
I'm
just
not
love that
ready.
I
Fucking
just love that
shit.
this
Okay, hang on. Almost there. Plug this shit in his AirPods. Bullshit. This is the
just
real me. This is the part everybody's missing all the time. All right. Can I hear you?
wait, can you hear you?
Hello.
Yes?
Hell yeah. Sounds great.
Can
Can
you
you
hear
hear
me?
me?
Okay, okay. I just love that the call, yeah, I can hear you. The call started with,
Hell yeah.
hold on, I need to adjust everything. It's like nothing's in the right place. Everyone stop, shut down, shut up,
It's
let me
all
finish.
it's all fucked. My life is over. How are you?
Well, hold on. Actually, okay, this is great. This is a great segue into everything because
Yeah.
let me screen share and show you what's going on in the world. And I need to hide something that's hold on. It's gonna make sense in a second. All right. What's going on? Share this screen. Okay, you can see that.
Yes.
Okay, great.
So
Okay,
Price.
and then
Price.
okay, hold on. Not don't worry about this guy. Where's the other thing? Where'd it go? Oh, this thing. All right. So Ori's been kind of popping.
Nice.
You just said this thing you just said. So we have a new guy, and I love having new people in Ori because every new person that comes through is walks in and is like describes what he sees, and whatever he sees help makes the thing form into the thing. I think you get
Pulls out
this.
the shadows on the cave wall.
Yeah, because he walks in and he's and then if there's like I don't want to use crude language here, but let's say there's like a I don't know a broken glass on the floor, and so
Right.
and everyone's been avoiding and he can walk in and be like, why is there broken glass there? And then everyone starts panicking because it brings up old trauma. But it's good,
Nice.
it's healthy. And then we're like, nobody wanted like everyone was like fighting over like whose fault that was, and his new perspective kind of is a healing one because it's a new, fresh, innocent,
And
naive
other
one.
people are doing that because that's usually my role, and I hate it.
Okay, so this is a good segue into at the beginning of this call, you said, hold on, I need to adjust everything. And Ben's take on Ori, he's been here for a few days, mostly this week, and I think a little bit last week. But he's like, it seems like Ori is a place for everyone who's trying to solve everything. And no wonder this place is unhinged. And but I'm just ending this, and I'm like, yeah, actually, um, sometimes fixing literally everything is easier than fixing only one thing because the one thing is connected to. I can't hear you speaking.
Hello,
Where'd it go?
hello.
Okay, now it works. Wait, what'd you say? Yeah,
I said I remember that one.
yeah.
It's good.
Um, okay, so that's the intro, I guess. Uh, so hi, how are you doing? Good
Hey,
morning. It's early.
good morning. Yeah, my
It,
life is in shambles. This is my house. It's
and
coming
you
apart.
are still in Seattle,
Yeah.
and
Let's see.
um,
I think it just went away. Hang on. There we go.
okay.
Yeah, you can see part of the mess. Like what the hell? What the hell?
What is going on?
So that's my world right now. And
Are you are
I
you
got like 3 days
packed?
left.
Like,
No,
do you
well,
know the stuff you're taking with you?
I'm just taking suitcases. So
Okay.
yeah, it's gonna be lightweight.
You're going to be in SF on
Yeah.
Sunday. That's exciting. Happy for you.
It's exciting, scary, big. Yeah. Going through a lot of turmoil with the move and like personal
Yeah.
stuff. And I'm just like, this is the most stressed I've ever been in my life. No
If
joke.
if the move wasn't happening and like, personal relationships aside, um, is
Yeah,
the
then
day
there'd be
job
nothing going on. My
well,
life would be boring as hell.
well, hold on, but is the day job like really demanding, or is it like a nice challenge? Or I guess
Oh,
you're still
it's
ramping up.
good. I mean, there's a
Okay.
lot going on. We're moving pretty fast. We're
Sure.
like changing a lot. But it's not crazy. Like
Okay.
these are sane people, and they believe in, you know, uh, it's a marathon, not a sprint. Although there
Nice.
is sprinting,
Sure.
but it's not a
That's nice.
constant sprint. It's not a yeah.
I didn't have a sense. Is it like a 10-person thing or a 100-person thing, or closer to?
Six.
Okay. Okay. So a lot of responsibility on each person,
Yeah,
I bet. Cool. Well,
exactly.
I have a an agenda. And we only have a nice hour here, so we're going to be focused, maybe. Um, but I'm going to start with like a nice thing that just happened. Wait, do you have this link?
Is that the one you sent?
Yeah,
Let me open that up. Cool. Okay. Yeah.
nice. So,
There's a lot going on in
um,
here.
there's a lot going on because this is from a conversation I had with Loopy, Strangest Loop,
Mm.
earlier this week. He's a great guy. I really admire him. I'm
Pretty cool.
inspired by him, and his work is great. And I tried to censor or remove the things from the board that shouldn't be on. Um, but um, but I'm bad at that. And I just made this not only half joking tweet um,
Yeah.
about because I just sent someone the I just sent someone else the TL draw link accidentally um, as I was trying to send it
Somebody
to
besides me.
yes.
Oh, okay. No,
And
that was to me, actually.
no, it was originally to Tom,
But you
and
sent
then
the
I was
same agendas
I
in the bottom left. Oops. Okay, so you just copied the whole thing because you're weird.
well,
All right,
I
all right.
panicked, and I was like, "Oh shit, I need to send this to Joshua." And then I
Yeah.
realized, wait, I sent the whole thing, and now no one knows who it was meant for. But it was meant for you. Uh,
Okay.
Tom got it. Tom is a friend in Ithaca, who gets it.
It's a friendly
He's kind
leak.
of yeah, yeah. Uh, but um, but this is honestly kind of this is real. Um, this is I Yeah, I want to state this for the record here. Um, the thing that makes me, the things that makes people trust me is also the thing that makes me really bad at secrets and this game, which, but ironically, I'm also really like useful node in the game because
Yeah.
of how bad I am. It's a funny thing. Let me show you. I felt very validated this morning by a tweet that No Silver V, our guy, made. So we've talked about Blood on the Clock Tower, right?
Yeah. I saw that one a little bit ago.
And like you're familiar with, you remember like what the game means for me.
Yeah.
It just oh, what the hell? Where did this tweet
It's
go?
being a little wonky.
Okay. Um he just explained sort of my problem with the game. Or like he's sort of like I feel very seen by this tweet. Yeah, can you walk me through what your thoughts are?
No, it makes sense. It reminds me of like there was a 4chan meme I absolutely love. I might be able to dig it out, but it's like arguing for your side poorly, arguing for your side well. Eventually, it's like false flagging as the other
Mm.
side, or no,
Yeah.
no, arguing as the other side poorly, to try to
Yeah.
make them look worse,
Yeah.
and then
No,
like
but this
false flagging as the other side to like make your side have to work harder.
this is real, and I think a lot of people like sort of were starting to see me as this third rung.
Yeah.
Um, but this is the more extreme one, which I have been, and I keep joking about it to friends, but it's not a joke. I'm trying to disclose to them that they. I mean, I actually said this very clearly. I was like, if I play the game, you're gonna know, and then we post-mortem the deception that happened. You're gonna know what it looks like when like my mask is off. And like you've never seen me with the mask off, and I'm not willing to do that.
Might might startle you.
Yeah, and then they're like, but like, are you are you do you see us as like enemy? Like what's going on? Are you trying to team us? And I'm like, no, it's actually
I
way
see
more wholesome
everybody
than
has
that.
friends.
Well, because I'm like, well, sometimes people tell me things, and they're like, don't tell the other people that. And now I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, now this is a game of blowing the clock down. Now, of course, I'm actually doing something here. Um, like professional players of Blood on the Clock Tower will recognize this technique where I'm still pretending to be bad. I'm like, oh no, I'm not, I don't have any ulterior motives. I'm just being put in positions where I have to play game deception.
Don't mind what everybody else says. I believe you.
Um, so this is my life, and I feel seen by this tweet. And but
See
this is
why.
also like my incompetence, honestly, is the my incompetence at this thing is what is my skill, I guess. Um, and I said this. I think this is real. This applies in general. It's about like malicious versus incompetent. Um, don't cancel him. He's not malicious. He's just an idiot. This could be a shirt.
I feel like idiocy is a cancelable offense, because it's like cancellation is about outcome, not
So
intention.
I agree. Well, I agree that like we should.
I'm not advocating canceling anybody. I'm just saying by those
I think
rules.
you're, but I agree on like if somebody if somebody is in a position of power and is delivering bad results, it doesn't matter why. What matters is you should take action against them. That I agree with. It's just a question of like what action um should you take, and also malicious people can pretend to be incompetent in order to get away with behavior. So we shouldn't excuse incompetence, but it does matter. Like this happened in Ithaca recently. I don't actually know all the details because it was kind of a gossip thing, but long story short, there's some farm CSA thing that had some kind of financial scandal, and then a bunch of like the vendors or whatever pulled out of it, except for one of the vendors. And the theory was like people were taking it as like a statement. They're like, no, we still believe in them, but someone's telling me like I think they just are out of the loop. They don't know what's going on, and they're just kind of doing whatever. Um,
You're
but this is easily testable. Like if somebody's an idiot or out of the loop, if you give them a piece of information and they update, that's the test.
Yeah. I think that's okay. Yeah, I think I think my position on cancellation is that it shouldn't be a binary. We should have ratings, right? And
Mm-hmm.
we should collectively act to like degrade somebody's rating. So eventually if you get
Mm-hmm.
to zero, like you're effectively canceled, but like just take you down a notch.
Okay.
Plurality, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
pluralism.
I think that makes sense. I still think like the cancellation is a last resort thing where you don't know what to do. And it just becomes someone else's problem, I guess. Um, but okay, so this is the agenda I have. Um, I'm trying to think of do we sprint through? Do we pick kind of one? Um, 'Cause
Move
there's a lot of
through.
meat here.
Yeah, what's top of mind at the moment? It's like
I mean
right this
this
second.
this was just really really fun. I did this last night.
Yeah,
Um,
tell me about that.
I need to write a message to PatCon. So do you know what presentation night is?
No, but I
In
saw the yeah, go ahead.
in
Saw
the
the
Ori
post.
lang in the Ori language, it is an event. It's 5-minute lightning talks
Okay.
that I host monthly here in person, and it's basically where you go to like share your fresh A's. It's fresh A's, and it's cute because it's just open to everyone. And I call it like open mic with slides.
That's cool.
We get yeah, we get like random people. We get like random 19-year-old undergrad or whatever. We get like retired professors or active professors um doing like and I don't do any introductions, which I like that as a feature. At first it was just because I was lazy. Um but it works really well because someone gets up on stage and you have no idea. Is he like a farmer, some farmer hippie? Because like, I think it's full of them. Or is he like a world-class expert, Cornell, professor? You have no idea, and you just have to kind of judge based on what you hear,
Yeah.
um, which is very fun. Um, so it was good. There's really good energy. I did something new with PatCon is also new to Ori, and he made an app.
Yeah, I
Um,
saw that. I encouraged him, and he pushed out and applied, I think, to the Mozilla thing.
yeah, I
That was kind of
actually think
cool.
this can go pretty far. And I'd used the basic version where it was just I need to actually. He wanted me to get him a recording from it, but I'll see. I asked someone to record a little bit. We'll see. But it's like the dream thing that I wanted. Like, do you remember the see if I can find it now. The that kind of poll app, live polling app that I made. That we were gonna use it for our talk in SF. So I mean it's basically that, and I used yes, this was me doing it in NYC. But my version just kept crashing when more than like 20 people got on it. Um, his
And it's
version was
kind of cool that you got people to use it.
yeah, well, but in Ithaca it was beautiful. I had like I think we had like 30, 40 people on the app, and it was really beautiful because it was just you don't have to click buttons. You don't have to you can just focus your attention on the screen and just move your finger to like the top right to like agree or bottom left to disagree, and it was like smooth and you could remove your finger, so it was like A B or like I don't know, it was kind of like the non input is also an input, um and it was really fun because I like felt the energy of the room. I would like I was talking, asking questions, and then people would like move that way or that way. um I'd like frame the question slightly differently and they would like move, flip or
Makes me want
reverse.
to. So like 10 years ago, I went to New York with my best buddy, and we did music visualizations for a pop up at the AWS Loft. And one of the visualizations I did that we tried to use, and I think a couple of people tried it, was a little app that used your accelerometer to detect how much you were shaking your phone.
Mhm.
And it would give you a little bar on the screen next to everybody else. So if there's nobody on there, like the first person would be the whole screen.
Yeah.
But if there were like 20 people, it'd just be a bunch of dancing bars. And like the more you shake,
Hmm.
the higher the thing goes with a little rate of decay. And I'm thinking, like, wouldn't it be fucking cool to have a poll app where you're like, hey, just hold your phone out in front of you, and like as you're swayed, just
Mm,
lean to
yeah.
one side or the other, and then that
No,
like the whole thing could yeah kind of move.
no, this is it. This is exactly it. I want to like. It's this live like when I give talks, when people give talks. The most fun thing for me is like riding that energy wave with the audience, and to me, I can see that like ambiently in people's faces, people's reactions. People laugh when they say something. But to me, there's always because I'm always that guy or used to be. I think I'm still am. Like sometimes I'll be sitting in a room watching a talk and I'm feeling so many feelings, but I'm not that emotive. I'm not
Yeah.
necessarily gonna like, stand up or say something.
Resting
And I think there's
thoughtful
many
face.
here. I think there's many people like that and I want to hear them too. I want to hear everyone. I want to hear literally everyone. Every single perspective on this planet. Um,
A lot of
and
perspectives.
PatCon, what?
That's a lot of perspectives. I hope you made
Well,
room
but
for
we can get
dessert.
we can't get them all. We have the
Yeah.
technology. And Pat, actually, is his name Pat? Like Patrick? Probably, but it's PatCon, so I don't know. I should ask him that. But um, but he really gets this. He really resonates with this, and he's building the tools. And if he gets this Mozilla thing, I mean, that would be pretty awesome.
I hope
Um,
so.
I mean, he even said that me using it. This is why I really want to get that video, see if I can get it. But it would help him if I showed that it was used in a real event in a different city. Um, so this is like the positive, like the Ori, like the Ori dream is just kind of unfolding, where like you show up and
Yeah.
like I have needs, and I just articulate those needs, and then someone shows up who wants to build it and builds it, and then gets money for it, and I didn't have to give them anything. I just have to, I just have to use it and just welcome them to the space. Um, and then I don't know. I'm not. I could see this growing, um, but I really like this vision of and it's just beautiful because this came of like me him just saying it. Like honestly, this is half of what I do. People show up with beautiful ideas, and I say that's beautiful. Can you write it down? What do you need to like make this happen? And that's often all it takes. Like I like it's like I simultaneously like do a lot but don't do that much. Um, which is where there's some tension here, but I'm starting to figure it out. Um,
Yeah. I think a lot of people just need, like, remember that this was like 20 episodes ago, but it was like the CEO's attention is like
mm,
the most valuable thing in the organization because it like
mm-hmm,
grows. It's like sunlight.
mm-hmm.
Well, actually, yeah, it's like sunlight. Like if you're doing something shitty, it causes the bugs to scurry, right? But
Also, no, this is
if you're
real.
trying to
Okay,
grow something healthy, it'll like actually feed whatever it focuses on.
it's dangerous, and actually, this is a good segue into the book. Have you read this? Do you know about this?
Probably not. What is this? The parable of the sower. No, but it sounds applicable.
It's a
What's going
book.
on there?
A lot of people. I've had. This is one of those things. I had didn't have just didn't have a chance to, tweet this or announce it, but I'm paying a lot of attention to this because there's magical synchronicities around it, and usually when that happens, I just take it as a sign that there's something to pay attention to. So a friend recommended this because she was like, "This is very prescient. It's very applicable. It's basically this like sci-fi thing written many decades ago. I don't know when, but describing our current time very well, including like the year. Like there's a chapter here about 2015, and it's basically talking about misaligned AI, misaligned intelligence. Okay. Um. Oh, but the weird synchronicities are like I tried to get it from the library, and there were three copies, but they were all checked out at the same time. I was like, okay, so there's big demand all of a sudden. Um, and
So
then I went to buy it, and then I
how do
went
you
to buy it.
interpret that?
Well, so it's already weird. It's already like a friend said it, and then I went to the library. So the town, people in the town are, so the friend's interested, the friend, and decided to recommend it now, even though it's not a new book. The town seems to have interest in it, this random sample at the library. I then went to buy it, and I got it, but it was weird because it looked very familiar, and I was like, I swear we have this book. I texted Leah, and I was like, do, don't we own this book? And she was like, no, I've never seen this cover before. I was like, okay, are you sure? Sure. And then I bought it, and I went home and I found another copy. I found we already have it. And she's like, I've never seen this before. And I was like, I didn't buy it. Like I thought you had. Like I was so like I'd seen it before. I was so sure it was yours. I have not read this. So we don't know where this. It's a magic. It just exists in our home. I don't know when. No one knows
Came with the
how it got
house.
there. Yeah. And but it was like I remember moving with it to this house, so I don't know how old it is. Um, and then I was telling my friend this, and he was like, "Wait, I have a copy. I could have given you a copy." And I was like, "I guess we just have so many copies." It's like the book is being sent from some higher power. Um,
Amazing.
so,
Love it.
but the reason I thought of it just now, as you're telling me this, we're talking about attention, the CEO's attention, and there's a okay. Here, look at this.
It's so small. Let me see if I can pin you. Gift of God may sear unready fingers. Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, and to me, it's talking about this like this is actually a very deep sentence. the intention of the CEO or God is this good thing that can let things grow. But if the thing itself is bad, then like this is like the misalignment thing where like you um you're, if you get what you ask for and what you're asking for is something that's bad for you, then you're just going to be worse.
Yeah,
And on the
totally.
flip side, like if someone's giving you something good, but you don't want the good thing, you want the bad thing, then it's gonna hurt. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
I've been in relationships like that.
yeah. Um, so this is yeah. This I basically wanted to write like a short piece about like why this parable was so like I wanted to announce I'm reading it because if so many people in Ithaca are reading it and I'm like maybe people on the internet want to join me in reading it and then we can kind of like see do the frames are the frames applicable. Um, and it reminds me also of Sun Tzu's um,
Did you guys
thing.
solve morality yet?
You know, I think he doesn't need to do anything other than publish, and that's what I keep pushing him to do. And I
Why
think
doesn't he
he
want to? It's too dangerous.
no, well, some parts of it, and sure, I mean I believe that, but I think a lot of it is ready to go. And well, let me show you because I made a little I made kind of a North Star goal thing. So this is Sam, who I think is working on like the same thing that Sun Tzu is working on. But this is my understanding of it. This is not Sam's writing. But Sam's goal, North Star, is to establish a computational slash mathematical theology as a field. And why? Because it's necessary so we can answer the question of what is good and what choices do we need to make so we have more good, and at minimum to avert disaster and at best to like thrive. Um, so like how do you do that? Like you just need there's a bunch of axioms and open questions that you can sort of set to start the field, and you can make it so anyone can understand that. And then there's like a lot of work, like I talked to Sam about like moral calculus, and I talked to Sun Tzu about the same thing about moral calculus. And to me, it's frustrating that I'm like both of them are like these frontier researchers, you know, developing this thing, and I'm a layperson compared to them, and
Right.
but I'm capable of acting as the translation layer between all these frontier people. Um, I think let me tell you. Did you see I have a formula for starting a field?
No, what is that?
I think you'll like this. This is how I plan to start all the
How
fields that
many
I.
have you started?
You know, Joshua, they tell you not to ask a woman her age.
Or about how many fields okay, yeah. Sorry, that's the secret of the sower.
I'm just not ready to think like okay, I'll give you the quick answer because it's
Are
over
you
here.
deduping as you go?
What does that mean?
Well, I mean, have you started the same field twice?
Oh, well, no, this is part of the formula, but hold on, hold your horses. I have a lot of stuff I want to announce, but there's credit slash IP disputes that I need to resolve before I do so
Fair.
with two people. But I actually think it's going well. I'll make progress, and I think it'll be wholesome and positive sum when we do it. But if not, I'll do it anyway. Like it'll happen probably. And I was telling Loopy this. This is the reason I'm moving slow here and I want to do it right is because if I don't solve this, it'll happen again because it's already happened once in my career and it was this huge fallout that kind of took 10 years out of my life in the sense that I went offline. Like I was very online. Like I'm really online now and I have this community and I collaborate, I make projects and I'm really happy. I'm happy now. I was depressed for 10 years because that chunk of my life disappeared because I had this fallout on a project and I felt like I couldn't be online because the project was so successful. Everyone was talking about it. And anyone I knew would ask me like, "Wait, how's it going? I see the project is very successful. Where is it? Where is it?" Um, and I would have to explain what happened, and I was embarrassed and I was ashamed. Right? I just didn't have an answer. I didn't have um, this is like how much the game made, and this how much I got. These are like, or if any lawyers are reading it or watching this, these are all hypothetical. This is a fiction story. Yeah. But but anyway, but I feel good now. I was actually connecting with a friend who knew me from back then, and like he was giving me the same face kind of. You're giving me here, but it's I feel good about it. Like I actually feel like it's like this old break. It really is like a breakup, um, but or divorce. Actually, more of a divorce because it's kind of messy. Um, but I'm good now. I see because this wasn't. It's also like the lawsuit kind of sucks because it's like about punitive. Like it's about like you know, hurting the other. It's about like trying to resolve a conflict by punishment. Um, but I really want to resolve the conflict by learning because that's necessary so it doesn't happen again. And there are things that I've done. Clearly, there are things that are my fault because it happened again. Same pattern. Um, and that's either because I'm like too trusting or that I don't show up in the ways I need to show up for when this project gets serious. To be clear to my not opponents here, but the other side.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I think
anyway,
in the first case, you did something that was successful in terms of like making money or something. In the second case, it's like right now you're working with people and um sort of encouraging them and saying, "Hey, you can get attention for this thing, right? Like this is worthwhile, whatever." And that speaks to them on a personal level, and then they push towards it, and then they, maybe you're off talking about it and people attribute it to you or something like that, and then they're just like, hey, wait, this guy encouraged me
yeah,
to go forward with this, and now he's talking about it as if
yeah.
it's his own thing, and you're like, no, I'm trying to spread the word. So there's a
Well,
combination of like ambiguity and people feeling like encouraged and then betrayed in some way.
right, and I think like I want to take ownership of like the problem and take responsibility for it. Like there's something here that's like not right, and if once I figure out what the right thing should have been in all three cases, then because a lot of people told me like just stop trusting people, stop working with people without a clear contract and without getting like your money up front and without doing all the stuff, and I'm like I could do that. I could just stop
I do agree
doing
that you
things.
need clarity.
I think you can have clarity while still trusting and doing things informally. Like I love to me, and this is what I had when I worked at like the big company or the startup that I was at
What do
before.
you Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
I
I
just
have a
I like
question.
to I see things that are broken and I want to fix them. And I just and there's this like asking like what am I gonna get in exchange? Make it transactional doesn't feel good. It's extra overhead. And I'm not, it's not just me. There's a lot of people like this who just are really into these people get taken advantage of. Um, these people who just want to build something beautiful and don't want to worry about the money, capital, the resources, the hard decisions.
Yeah. But they feel like in some cases you're taking advantage of them.
What do you think about that? I think this is where Lupi kind of took this quote here, where he was like, yeah, this has been part of my problem. Like, what happens when the person does something beautiful and important, necessary, and I manage to get money allocated for it, um, how much do I just get? Like what I've been doing so far is I've just been not touching it. I'm like, well, it's not mine. Let me just
Yeah.
give it to them. So I have to. But I'm actually. But I am doing work. I am doing work here, and like I need to take care of myself.
Yeah, that's
And
where
without
an
yeah,
agreement or a contract come into play, where it's
I
like,
guess that
hey,
just
here's what I'm gonna do for you as defender. Here's what you're gonna do. If we get money for this, I'm gonna take this much, and the rest goes to you, or this much goes to me, this much goes to Ori, and the rest goes to you. and
I
then
think
people can decide, they can make a decision, and then now they can own it and say, you know what, him taking that money, I agreed to that in advance. If you wait until the money shows up, then it starts getting really hairy.
I think that's fair. Um, I I keep wiggling out of this. I think you're right.
What's uncomfortable about making an agreement?
Well, the one thing is that um, I just I think there's something weird about the marketing side of it. If like I want to sell the service, but if somebody like pays me or even just kind of has an agreement, like once I have an incentive,
So don't
it's
take any money. You're doing it for free. Like,
well, but now, but then retroactively, it's
no,
like I
no.
want to.
Yeah, you're like, I don't want the incentive. I want a reward. It's like
Yes,
that's but you're sort of pretending there's no money coming
that
so that you
yes,
don't
no,
have
this is
to
real.
feel
I
pressure.
yeah, no, 100%. And then I also this also gives me like creative freedom, on exactly yeah, where do I put this? Part of the problem with the marketing thing is like they say like, oh, don't like here's the thing. Sometimes I say my honest feelings about a product, and the product receives negative attention because it's actually bad. And then I'm like, I've done my job. I'm like a journalist. I don't owe them anything. I'm just trying to be honest. Now, sometimes it's the reverse. I do the same thing, but it's good and they make a lot of money. And
What is
I
an
don't know, like,
agreement? When I say you make an agreement, what is an agreement to you?
um, I think I see what you're asking. You're saying like there can be clear expectations, but it doesn't have to be a transactional specific thing.
I'm just saying, like, if you agree to market something, it's like if you believe in the product, then you market it earnestly in good faith. If you don't believe in the product or you don't know, don't market it. That's the rule. And if your marketing brings bad attention to the thing, that's not on you. You were
Right,
acting in good faith,
right, right.
and you can
I
still
think that's
collect money for that. I
I
mean,
think that's
obviously, if you're
basic.
collecting like performance-based incentives, that's different. Like you wouldn't get anything, but
I think that's basically the gist. And this actually takes us to the Monday morning card that I did, um, which is a new format we're doing. So did you see this? Yes.
it's good.
So and like I think actually a big thing is like this thing here, where this is basically going to be like the operationalization of this marketing process I've been doing and defining the expectations and what that means. What does it mean when I look at something? And it comes with this thing where like I could bring negative attention to it if I like if there's something wrong with it. I could like tell you privately, like, and then that's how I end up PMing a lot of projects. Like there's like a connection between marketing and PM, and then if I know that it's gonna look bad or it has something broken with it, then I can switch roles and sort of consult on that side of it. And this is where like the this agreement or contract or whatever should fall. Um,
Yeah. I'm curious though, because it's like I feel like I'm witnessing the tension between you wanting to just be creative and see what happens, and then at the end, when the money does come in, then you want to try to capitalize on that. And it's like
hmm
those are actually opposing forces,
hmm Yep, they are.
right?
Yep.
Because it's like if all you want to do is be creative, then just be creative and let the other people have the money. If you
hmm
need to be compensated for what you're doing, you need to set an expectation for that ahead of time so other people can trust you, right?
Well, in my opinion,
'Cause
I
You're
am
basically saying implicitly, trust me implicitly, right? Like, trust me that I'm going to do the right thing at the end of all this. And they have no idea what to expect from you. And then you do a thing
Right.
and they're like, hey, actually, that doesn't feel fair. And you're like, what? I thought we trusted each other.
That's a very good summary or encapsulation of the problem.
But
Yes.
like, think about the reverse side of the shadow side of this is like, you excuse bad behavior by bad actors implicitly, and you expect other people to have that same bias.
Wait, because because of like forgiveness or because I don't have these explicit agreements because I don't
Oh
want
no,
this
I
punishment thing.
mean when people mistreat you or people, do whatever to
Oh,
you, like you're like, "Oh, well, I'll just kind of
oh.
let it go and move away or get out of this situation."
Mm.
And so like you might be projecting that onto people thinking like,
Wait,
"Oh, they're not going to get hurt." And it's like, "No, that's not how other people operate most of the time."
wait. Wait, this is big. Let me learn this. I'm okay receiving bad behavior. I figured out a way to be okay with it.
Which is probably compensatory.
Oh yeah, but then actually this is even worse because then I'm like I'm okay giving.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like you
Like
don't even see it as bad, right? It's like, oh, I'm just doing my best. I didn't have any ill intent. And it's like,
mm,
that doesn't mean people aren't going to be harmed by it. Right? It's like you go into these loose non-agreements expecting like I'm just going to do this thing and it'll be good for everyone and then we'll reap the rewards. And people are like their hopes and dreams are hanging on this. And then when the rewards start to come in, they're like their identity's attached to it and you're it's just another
yep,
project for you.
yeah,
And you're just like,
yeah.
oh, money, it's nothing. And they're like,
It's
what do you mean? You're taking a cut
yeah.
of this thing that I've been working so hard on for all these years? And it's like that lack of clarity works for you, but it doesn't work for them.
But this is very real. I like I think this is the kind of the real crux of it. Um,
Don't worry, I do it too in love.
no, but this is what we need to figure out because I was gonna make a connection to like I almost feel like I never like sort of graduated or like went past this move or die thing. And to me, this is like when I was on Newgrounds, and like Newgrounds was for me like the what predated this part of Twitter and all that stuff because it was a community where people just made stuff, and sometimes that stuff mostly was for creative purposes and human connection, and sometimes it made money. And I mean, we had a culture around how to handle that, and mostly it was just like 50-50, whatever money you made, you split it.
Yeah.
And but
Generally pretty
then
informal, it sounds like.
it's very informal, and nobody signed any contracts. We just did stuff, and
Makes
like if there
sense.
was a bad actor, you get people do postmortems. It was very transparent, and then you're like, oh, that guy ripped me off, and people know that. Um, and it wasn't, but it wasn't very strong cancellation. It was just like yeah, people did talk openly. Um, it did break when things got like things went like when it was like 1K to 5K to even like 20K. That's what we did. When it got into like 100, a million, 100 million, or in the case of like Angry Birds actually had a story where it was almost like a remake of a Flash game. The Flash game made 20K, and then the remake of it with birds instead of the original one was like castle and like soldiers, and they just made it with birds and made it a phone app, and then it made like a billion dollar, like some crazy um amount, and that like really hurt and that hurt because it was like everybody in the community sort of like fed like it really is it's like almost a tension between like Walmart and like local economies. The reason people didn't like Angry Birds is because it felt like it grew out of the community, out of the value of the scene, but it didn't like kind of give back. They sort of took it and they ran with it. um, So I don't know. In my head, like I don't think what's happening to me is like that unique. I think this happens all the time everywhere. And
Sure.
there's tons of lawsuits and like founders are always viciously sort of fighting and attacking each other. And to me, the missing thing is for us as a culture to figure it out, and the way we figure that out, like like the reason we landed on something that felt good for everyone is because we tried all the different paths, and then we're like, oh, this is bad, these two are good, so great. Whereas in the founder case, when there's a lot of money on the line, like it becomes like dark. It's in the dark. So you don't know that this path ends in like, something bad. And so people keep falling into the same trap over and over, and because it's talking about
A
it just
sign.
what?
Somebody should put up a sign.
Yeah, no, and that's sort of what I'm trying to, that's the whole kind of game of it. So I'm like, I understand that I may be doing like bad behavior here or not the right thing. But I honestly would just like to know like what should have been the right thing, and both in the case of Move or Die, like I might actually, there's a lawsuit coming up. I might get real money from this, and do I deserve it? Is this the right thing? Like, I don't know. What should I have done? I want to answer these questions because everyone else who has this problem is also hidden. Like no, like Move or Die is a very famous game. It has a Wikipedia page, but nobody knows the story. And my lawyer told me like you can't tell the story. It's probably gonna like interfere with the case. It's gonna be liable. Blah blah. Um, but that's to me, like I think it's bad to like go on the internet and like yell at each other because now that's not productive. But if you ask in good faith, like what should have happened here, um, that's the sign. That's the missing sign we need. Uh, to not repeat the same mistakes over and over. I Maybe I'll end with a anecdote to wrap this up.
I wanted to talk about Spacepunk's tweet. Was it on there?
It is I put this on. Is this the one?
Just like it. I'm going through a time, and it's just like choosing the orientation that is love, essentially, right? There's just like, this is the most generous frame that I can occupy in this space, is the only move that feels okay, like in here.
Um, I want to hear, sorry, a little more. I'll explain this later. This car. Um,
Nice.
like, wait, is the choice easy? Like this choosing love? What to say more?
I mean, it's just an orientation, right? It's a frame of how to look at the situation, of how to look at the thoughts and feelings that come up, right? It allows for more openness and grace, right? It's like, despite whatever I'm going through or feeling or what I want to happen or not happen, that is happening or isn't happening, just reconnecting with, I really want to care for people. And yeah, just recognizing that like everybody's on that journey, and I might not be able to participate in the way that I want to, but I can choose an orientation that makes the most space for that growth and that positive sort of reception, if that makes sense. So like she's saying, I try to give them room, to have the positive interpretation. And I think I really loved Sarah Silverman's response that you had
Mhm.
linked in that thread. And it's just like, look, somebody might not be able to receive what you're trying to do, but if you keep choosing that positive orientation, more times than not, I think maybe it goes back to the parable of the sower. It's like,
I was gonna say,
more
yeah.
times than not, something positive is going to grow out of that.
Just put it for the audience here again. Let's see.
You might not get to reap everything that you sow, right? And this goes back to my tweet from today, which is like, love is a group project, right? So whatever I do in a relationship, or whatever I can contribute that's positive, it's um it's worthwhile to do. And I got to continue to kind of focus on the positive and the growth, to try to I don't know, honor the positive intentions, honor the the sewing, the good sewing, that has been done, even if I'm in a state that I don't like or whatever. So
It's good.
I don't know. It was a good sentiment for today.
I like it. This is a good place for me to put a bow on this.
What's the deal with the car?
Uh, the car is
Yeah.
I was gonna write an essay on it maybe in my Ithaca world, but okay, this is fun. This is the kind of talk I would give it in the Ithaca presentation, I think. Okay, so look what's going on here.
Yeah.
You see this thing?
Okay. Yeah.
This is what is that? You see that it's the
It's like a piece of
cover.
something.
It's the cover for the side mirror.
Okay.
So like this is the one that's not broken. This is the one that is missing the cover. So
Okay.
what happened here is a car was going by and then it hit the mirror and then it flew over here.
Okay.
This has happened 7 times. Um, um, now, Leanne always folds the mirror in. She parks. And I'm like in the 2 years or whatever I've lived here, it's only happened once at first. And I'm like, it's not a big deal. What's the odds that it's gonna happen again? And then it happened
Okay.
again in the same week. And I was like, well, what are the odds? That must be a freak coincidence. Um, but it keeps happening. This is like yesterday. And I guess I'm like a little stubborn. The mirror is cracked, and I paid to fix it, and then it cracked again, I guess. Um, actually, it's kind of it's good enough for now. But I think there's some lesson here about like basically as long as I don't learn my lesson, the mirror keep being hit. Pattern keeps repeating. Um, and that's just how
Wonder if it's the
reality.
same dude. I like, can you put up a camera,
I can't-
please?
um, and like the first time it happened, because it was like very far away. I was like, how did this happen? And then I was like, it's a fluke. In fact, actually, at one point, somebody. Here's the beautiful part of it. At some point, um, somebody hit in and like she left a note, and she was like super sorry, and she's like, I'll pay for whatever it needs to, blah blah. And I was like, I texted her. I was like, don't worry, someone else hit it right before you did a few days ago. So all
That
good.
doesn't make it okay. But yeah.
Oh wait, wait, hold on. This is my oh fuck shit. This is the this thing. I I did hit some I kind of bumped someone's car. I did leave a note and I was hoping they would not, do anything about it. And in fact they didn't. They didn't reach out. I don't know why. Um but that's also the wrong thing to do. Like I don't know, it was my fault and I should have paid for it that one time. So I don't know. It's like I run around forgiving everyone for bad. This really is it. I'm just gonna write it down one more time. I run around forgiving everyone for bad behavior. And then when I do bad behavior and people do not forgive, I go, shocked Pikachu. How dare you?
Yeah.
I am such a good person. How dare
I need to change the world and make everybody assume good faith so I can stop being blamed.
you? But if you
In the
do bad be
meantime, how do we deal with
but
this?
if you do bad behavior, whether or not it's out of maliciousness or incompetence, you need to fix it. You have to be responsible. That's what that means. Being good means responsibility.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean good intent by itself.
Yeah. And we should create an environment that makes it easy to assume that responsibility and difficult to shirk it.
That's it. I think we did it.
All right, man. Well, thanks for jumping on. It's good to see you again.
Yeah. It's
And
nice to catch
I
up.
think the next time we chat, I'll be in SF. So
Sweet. New beginnings.
nervous, excited, looking forward to it.
All right, Joshua. Great day. Bye.
You too. Bye.